Good morning friends, today we are going to discuss the last topic of this chapter, that is merits of modern periodic table. So in the earlier video we have discussed the classifications of modern periodic table, the characteristics of modern periodic table, trends in the modern periodic table, variations in the modern periodic table. Last topic is merits in the modern periodic table. So there are basically four merits in the modern periodic table. Let us discuss one by one. So the modern periodic table is based on the atomic number. Since you know the classification of elements in the modern periodic table is based on the increasing atomic number. So because why Henry Moseley choose to classify the elements in the order of increasing atomic number? Because atomic number is the most fundamental property of any element. Since Mendeleev said that the elements, the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic mass. Since according to Mendeleev, atomic mass is the the fundamental property of an element, but Henry Moseley said that atomic mass is not the most fundamental property of the element, of any element, but atomic number is the most fundamental property of an element. So according to him, the periodic table is based on the atomic number, which is the most fundamental property. This concept, this arrangement, this concept of arranging all the elements in the order of increasing atomic mass explain why the position of hydrogen was since it is still a suspense whether it should be placed in the first group, it should be placed in the 17th group. Other than this, the position of hydrogen was fully explained by this concept, that the increasing atomic number, and the position of cobalt, nickel, and various other the elements, the positions regarding the positions of cobalt and nickel, that was fully explained by this concept. So the first merit of this table is very important. This table is based on the concept of modern atomic number, which is the most fundamental property of any element. Second, the modern periodic table helps us to understand why elements in a group show same properties. So this table is going to explain us that why elements in a particular group shows similar chemical properties, because in this table the elements having same electronic configurations, they are arranged in same group, and if they have been arranged in the same group and if their electronic configuration is same, so it means that what their chemical properties, their properties are similar in a particular group. Because in a particular group, किसी भी particular group में क्या होता है, electronic configuration is similar. Like in the first group, hydrogen 1, okay, then lithium 2,1, sodium 281, potassium 2881. So in the outermost, in the valence shell, on one electron is present, or you can say the valency of all the elements in the first group is same, that is 1. So that is why we can say that in a particular group, either it can be any group, first group, second group, third group, in any of the group, the electronic configuration of all the elements are same, and if their electronic configuration is same, their properties are same. So the modern periodic table help us to understand why elements in a group show same properties, since the properties since the electronic configuration of each and every element in a particular group is the properties are similar because their electronic configuration are similar. In the second group, all the elements which belong to the second group, their properties are same since their electronic configuration is same. Okay, that is why means जिन एलिमेंट्स की इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सेम होगी उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज भी सेम होगी. दिस इज व्हाट said by Henry Moseley. Third merit is the reason for the periodicity in the properties of element is explained by the modern periodic table. The reason for the periodicity in the properties. Periodicity in the properties means after regular interval of time there would be the repetition in the properties of the element. Like after a fixed interval of time, after regular interval of time, the electronic configuration become similar in the elements. Like electronic configuration of sodium 281, electronic configuration of potassium 2881. Outermost electrons in the outermost shell, the electrons are similar. Okay, so the periodicity in the properties of element, the properties of element, जो elements की properties होंगी उनकी properties repeat करेंगी. Why? Because the electronic configuration is repeating after a regular interval of time. So after repetition of electronic configuration after regular interval of time, this is the reason why there is periodicity in the properties of elements. Since electronic configuration is repeating after regular interval of time, so it confirms that the properties, the properties of the elements, they are periodically their properties are periodically changing, and and after a regular interval of time their properties become similar. So the reason for the periodicity in the properties of element is explained by modern periodic table. So in the modern periodic table, the elements are classified in the order of increasing atomic number. So their electronic configuration changes. Okay, their electronic configuration changes, and after regular interval of time, the electronic configuration will become similar with some of the elements. Like the electronic configuration of sodium resembles with the electronic configuration of potassium. So their electronic configuration is similar, so their properties are also similar. So this explains that why there is periodicity in the properties of elements. And the fourth property is the properties of elements are repeated after 2, 8, 18 and 32. So किसी भी elements की जो properties हैं, they are going to repeat after 2, 8, 18, 32. In the K shell 2 electrons maximum, in the L shell 18, M shell 8, in the M shell 18 and N shell 32. So इसके बाद the properties of the elements are repeated after 2, 8, 18 and 32. 2, 8, 18, 32 के बाद the properties are going to repeat. Why? Because the maximum number of electrons that can accommodate in a particular shell, either it is a K shell, L, M, N. So K shell में maximum 2 electrons fill हो सकते हैं, L में 8, then M में 18 and N में 32. Maximum number of electrons that can accommodate in these various shells are 2, 8, 18 and 32. इसके बाद फिर से दोबारा से ये shells भरे जाएंगे with this much amount of electrons. So इनकी properties फिर से repeat होंगी. Because 2, 8, 18, 32 के बाद फिर से again the electronic configuration will repeat. और electronic configuration repeat होगी अगर तो properties भी repeat होंगी. तो 2, 8, 18, 32 के बाद जो इलेक्ट्रॉन फिल होगा वो फिर से के शेल में फिल होगा, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन के, एल, एम, एन शेल्स में जो फिल हो सकते हैं वो है 2, 8, 18 एंड 32. आफ्टर दैट फिर से द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन विल रिपीट एंड ऑब्वियसली द प्रॉपर्टीज विल ऑल्सो repeat. So the properties of elements are repeated after 2, 8, 18, 32. So these are the properties. Again, the first property is the modern periodic table is based on the atomic number, which is the most fundamental property of any element. Second, the modern periodic table help us to understand why elements in a group show same property. So elements in same group, they show same properties, but elements in different groups, they show different properties, because the elements that are placed in different groups, they have different electronic configuration. You can say electronic configuration. If the electronic configuration of elements are same, it means that their property is also same. So in a particular group, the electronic configuration is going to be same, and if electronic configuration is same, the properties of elements are also same in that particular group only. But if you talk about another group, the neighboring group, in the neighboring group the elements are totally different, because their electronic configuration is somewhat different from the previous one. So the modern periodic table helps us to understand why the elements in a group show same properties. Okay, due to similar electronic configuration. Third, the reason for the periodicity in the properties of element is explained by, so there is periodicity in the properties of elements, that is also called as modern periodic law. What is modern periodic law? that the properties of elements are repeated after regular interval of time if we place them in increasing atomic number, in the order of increasing atomic number. So अगर हम elements को in the order of increasing atomic number arrange करते तो हमें उनकी properties फिर से मिलती हैं, because the electronic configuration will again become similar to the previous element. Like अगर हम बात करें first group में, first is hydrogen, then is your sodium, then is your then lithium, then sodium, then potassium. These are the first group elements, and their properties are similar and their properties will repeat after regular interval of time because their electronic configuration is same. And the fourth one is the properties of elements are repeated after 2-8-1832, because after 2-8-1832 the electrons are again going to be filled in the K, L, M, N shell, because these are the maximum number of electrons that can accommodate in a particular shell. And after that electronic configuration will repeat again, and obviously the properties of elements are repeated again. So these are some of the important merits of modern periodic table. इसमें से क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं एग्जाम में. So take a screenshot. This is all about this chapter, end of this chapter. Now in the next video we are going to discuss chapter human eye and the colorful world. Thank you.